player, but one of the reasons why he's consistent as well is because another chunk of the options that are being covered is because things like laser is great, or all reliable on Wolf is absolutely absurd. Great coverage. Same for Shine. And we see that for a bunch of players with this characters. Rant aside, we're going to have Arsenals versus Shokio. This is going to be grand finals of this Infinity and beyond. Yeah, making sure to stay still. Arsenal's very patient, and we've seen a lot of defensive play. I think that is definitely a big note when looking at this Infinity and beyond in particular. Going for the Nair, yeah, waiting out the jab. Making sure to wait out that extra second because both players analyzing the general neutral of it all. I think waiting that extra second is very important in how you deal with each other's neutral habits. Everyone is put on a general timer, and Shokio definitely closing it out, abusing his own form of neutral habits. Ooh, great wave dash back just to cover the down smash, or get away from it. Going for the Nair, missing his immediate punish. Yeah, and staying pretty inconsistent off of that back air. Shokio with the corner coverage, very, very dangerous. All right. Yeah, just trying to cover that wake up. Probably a charge a little bit longer would have helped. Oh, up there. Oh, opting for the back air for the DI mix up, but a little too slow. Probably going to have to go for a run up air. Yeah, with the edge guard immediately waiting. Just keeping record about how consistent it's been going directly horizontal. Arsenal's going to close it out, but with 135% deficit, going to be really hard for Shokio in this dire mitts. Very interesting option, just to immediately go for the forward smash. Arsenal's going for a very aggressive game plan, even with the stock deficit, making sure that he has to provide pressure just so he can get the further momentum of the first game. Ooh, I like the fact, recognizing his low percent. Yeah, not the best down smash from Shokio. Seemed very telegraphed at that point. Yeah, with the roll away. No form of jab reset either, even though he is put at that prime percent of 70 off of the Shine. Shokio immediately going to go for some form hold center stage. Arsenal's immediately downloading the habits onto his techs. He's put Shokio into that corner situation around 2 or 3 times. It's been no tech option each and every time. So Arsenals definitely need to go for an up smash or try to capitalize. It's really on to Shokio, but if it's 2, look for the 3rd and then punish afterwards. Ooh, great full hop into drill. Ooh, and with the shark. With the carry. Oh, he had the read for the jump, but not opting for any form of aerial, just to pursue. So consistent. Arsenal's definitely liking that punish, and it's going to receive him the stock. Now, he does have the momentum at this point, but there's a big investment that Arsenal's needs to confirm, and it's probably the hardest point of this matchup is opting towards the air. It looks like Arsenal's has been forcing the initiative of this set more often than Shokio has. So every time he goes for a full hop, it's becoming even more dangerous because Shokio is definitely locking down each and every time he does. Ooh, great angle. With a dash attack. Working out very well. Missing the drill, Shokio definitely catching on to that habit, and that's exactly what we said earlier, is that every time Arsenals has been opting for in neutral, it's been his initiative. He's been covering it, and Shokio's always opted for the dash back or holding shield. And the last 2 interactions, I think, that Arsenals has gotten that stock, I don't know if he's thinking about it too hard, is that he's been jumping up or double jumping in the middle of air, falling with drill. And because it doesn't cover a lot of horizontal space, it's really easy for a character with great initial dash like ZSS to immediately dodge the just the whole move and go for a pretty fast punish. Forcing the air-to-air, immediately covering the jump, and puts Shokio into a sticky situation, but the immediate reel definitely going to save Shokio's life. Ooh, yeah, Shokio trying to do one of the same, but the momentum being put in Arsenal's favor. Great rush down, and I really hope to see that throughout the rest of the second game. One of the big starts, Shokio needing the coverage, and very ground heavy that we're seeing from Arsenal's. Making sure that he can cover with a shine. Oh, and he's staying very slick. Yeah, trying to lock him down. That drill was the reason why the combo ended. And Shokio definitely trying to face his grounds with. The fact that he allowed him to dash dance 2 or 3 times at that point just means that Arsenal's is at a faster pace and Shokio hasn't adjusted yet. Shokio needs to go for a pretty decent combo or receive the whole stock like we're seeing right now for the pace to return. It's just going to resolve the fact and put into Justin's mind that he needs to play slower at that point. Not opting for the up air, which could have been the killer, wanting that DI mix-up, but Shokio being readily available with all of the consistent DI options. Great kill off the top, but still 20% because of the earlier miss of the up air. Ooh, Shokio working off so well with the down tilts. Yeah, and that is going to be the stock. Killing so early. One of the great volatile aspects that we have been seeing from Fox as a character, going for the back throw. Ooh, yeah, shredding it out with ZSS Flutter Hush. Yeah, calling out the stock. Shokio has been missing a lot of techs, and we saw that from game 1. I think Arsenal is definitely expecting that through a majority of his own combos. Keeping it up, great drift away, so there is no further punish with the jab up tilt, going to resolve any form of defensive option that Arsenal's could have called out. This is great opportunity so he can get the momentum of the set. The reel in confirms. Arsenal's definitely working off the position, making sure that Shokio has to ask for center stage, not opting for the up smash, and goes for the dash attack, but still closing out with some great creativity that Justin Hampton has. Ooh, going for the Mojo side B with the dash forward. And every time that Arsenal's preemptively wave dash backs after his shine, just shows that he's still trying to play incredibly careful. He doesn't have the read on Shokio's tech. On great laser, great dash attack. Making sure that he can build up as much percent on Shokio, because Shokio is put in prime position at 50% to get a pretty solid death or hit confirm. Ooh. Yeah, and calling out the coverage. Shokio still with his prime opportunity, missing the combo, and that just means Arsenal's can probably run away with the stock. And Justin knowing exactly what position he is putting himself in. It is 1-1. Whoever wins this next match gets the momentum of the set. Not opting towards PS2. Most likely, this is going to get in more dangerous territory. We may see FD. Dreamland, it is going towards a larger stage, less volatile, having to stay more consistent, not going with mistakes that we have been seeing earlier from Shokio when Arsenal was put at that 51%, just shows the fact that he is needing a larger stage, something that he can run away with, and a place where Arsenal's can't abuse the fact, or abuse the inconsistencies that we have been seeing earlier. Great catch of the jump, charge down smash, mistimed Flutter Hush coming out just to push him off. And opting up with the cross-up dash attack. Yeah, great feint, but still Shokio very consistent on calling out a lot of double jumps. That is the playstyle that we have been seeing very, very consistently from Jason Erdmann, and he took him out of the tournament. Oh, rolling away. It's a big fight for center stage, but oh, making sure that he knows exactly where Shokio is going to be, just still missing out on these opportunities. Ooh, run up forward. Yeah, and I like to stay still there, making sure that every time he holds center stage, every option that is readily available from Shokio is reactable because you're put into an idle state. There is no form of investment that you're creating on positioning, especially when you're below that platform. It's great spacing from Arsenals, and it allowed for some more percent buildup. Arguably what's going to be the kill here. Ooh, that roll was definitely a mess up on Arsenal's part. Yeah, trying to couch out any form of air-to-air, but Shokio being so grounded, not going to be caught out. Gonna get that stock lead. Hey, M, this is 1-1. All right, yeah, and Shokio being put into that same position, but because of Fox's great dash dance himself, just being able to call out any form of aggressive option. Shokio not standing still, always trying to call out and build up that percent and increase the lead that he had. Or the lead that he didn't have, I mean. Being put off of that kill. Ooh, trying to get that drill just to go and restand. And Shokio working off of his position, being caught out onto the air-to-air. Very dangerous stuff, as it looks like Arsenal's playing very well in his own defensive manner. Up we go. Oh, I like the adjusted sharking ability coming out from ZSS. The stalled up B was exactly the option. Just slightly mistimed. Brilliant idea, poor execution. A lot of back and forth. Oh, slow on the option. Trying to catch out the immediate jump, but Arsenal's making sure he only uses half of his double jump to immediately go for the recovery. Rinse and repeat option. Very smart, knowing he needs to go for the ledge. And it's going to be 2-1 in Arsenal's favor. He's had it on ever since SNS. He said his confidence has been down since Infinity and Beyond 200, but 5 weeks later, especially with a great performance from Boring Man, I think this is a confidence boost just because this tournament and the tournaments before, he has been practically representing his region the whole time. It kind of shows that with the trust of other top players like we've been seeing from like Buzz, great friends, as Sosa, Malachi, and Switch, I think it just shows the coming of age story that Arsenal's is slowly enduring, like every chapter. Ooh, great SDI coming out from Shokio. And this is obviously experience at this point. I really appreciate the counter pick, but I think Arsenal's has been adapting solely due to his travel experience. Every time he has came back stronger, and it's slowly showing, especially in this FD pick. This stage is actually, I think you are going to be facing the same treatment from FD than you are Dreamland because of how wide these stages are. The ground game was forced a lot more on Dreamland, so the conversion over between the two stages for both players is going to be slightly more consistent on punishes, and we're seeing that right now from Shokio. Ooh, great cut recovery. Opting it up, slightly weird angle, not really what Shokio wants, but his creativity is going to allow for the kill overall. Oh. Yeah, showing that he can get that space. Arsenal's, the only thing that is put into what's going to create a poor pickle for Arsenal's at this part of this, or at this stage of the game, especially on this stage, is the fact that there aren't platforms in the corner. That's how he escaped the platform from Shokio multiple times. So having to force his double jump or staying incredibly consistent with his invincible ledge dash. Yeah, like that, but not with the up smash. Very strong back air coming out from Shokio. Or Reelin should have gone for the roll, which would have confirmed the kill. Yeah, and fixing his mistake afterwards. Making sure to stand still, very ambiguous movement overall. He wanted to go for the dash dance rather than standing still because it threatens position. It creates this, oh my goodness. It creates this, I don't know, I would have to say a rouge of like threatening space. So if you dash dance really close like that, it basically puts your opponent into this, it makes them sweat. They're in a pretty worrisome moment. Ooh, missing the fair. And this does give Arsenals another opportunity. This is probably what we are going to see, or what we saw from Pokemon Stadium 2, was the lack of punishes coming out. Or the lack of consistent punishes is what I'm trying to say, is going to put Arsenals in a pretty great floor. Shokio, one more game resets the bracket. I know M is definitely not looking forward to it, just because he is sick. If I could get some prayers for M in the chat. Ooh. In great drill. I think with how this stage is going, it's exactly, it complements every format of Arsenal's play and why he's beaten Shokio so far. So we have the platforms, which allow him for great escape, like we've seen on Final Destination, on top of his abuse of the run game. Because it is tri-platform, we are going to be seeing more of a grounded game, which has been catching Shokio off guard, like we just saw there. And because the ceiling isn't too high, it allows for pretty readily available up smashes to immediately kill Shokio. This is going to off of Shokio's sharking ability, though, which is probably the biggest danger. Very readily consistent tech chases coming out. And I think Shokio is still getting a little bit more comfortable. You are going to have to deal with the overall rushdown, but because Shokio's game plan isn't so grab-oriented, and is definitely more down smash heavy, it seems, it becomes less consistent. And I know I'm throwing out that word, but that's exactly how this game goes down. All right, great grab. Yeah, and that Nair putting him into a great combo full glide, if you will. Yeah, working off of his own advantage of holding center stage, but with the immediate rush, making sure that he didn't, or he wanted to go for a full investment to get an early kill on Arsenals just because he is put at that deficit. But yeah, he did it once again. And Arsenal's holding shield is the best just because Shokio hasn't made that full conversion of adjusting off of Arsenal's shields. Every time Arsenal's has gone into a shield, we haven't seen grab be the clear option. And I think that's a big difference from Lunchables to Shokio, is that grab is probably the clearest definition of gameplay that you can get. And it's definitely something that we need to see from Shokio, just because he's losing that form of rock, paper, scissors that we see ever so much in the Smash community. Great edge guard though, and it's exactly the percentage deficit he needs, making sure that he can close this gap. Ooh, that jab, very, very smart coming out from Arsenals. Ooh, the jab, just to make sure that he didn't go for any form of jump, but Shokio being pretty ready, going to be put into that tech chase situation and just giving him the ledge. Yeah, and still, he's lost that situation each and every time because Arsenals has abused the fact that Shokio wants the jump. He's not going for a very ground defense positioning like we see from Intern. We don't see wave dash back into down smash. we're seeing a lot of jumps into threatening fairs or back airs, but because Fox is so fast and so small, he can just run past, gain center stage, and then abuse the rest. Yeah, he's trying to threaten that range, and that time it worked just because of the up tilt, but still being able to close that gap and possibly get a reset. Very consistent on the edge guards. Oh. Yep, up throw. And Shokio could possibly do it. Oh, with the carry. Not catching out the jump. Arsenal's needed that horizontal coverage of his up B. Fair, not going to die yet. Trying to catch any form. Great drift. And the rinse repeat a little too slow coming out from Shokio. Arsenal's still having his chance. That back air will not kill. Ooh, one more. That won't kill. Shokio is working extra hard. And it looks like we will have a reset. M a little disappointed. So with the overall reset, we are going to go to PS2.
3, 2, 1, go!
So, what did we learn? I think that is a question I definitely need to ask myself. It looks like when it comes to Arsenal's punishes, he needs more of what we just saw, which was going into combo bull nairs and less of things like Shine. I think Shine is purely a defensive option in this format, and he needs to go for overshot aerials because of Shokio's pretty consistent option to dash back. Now, that's easier said than done, but with 5 matches going on, I think it's pretty easy to see when the overall pacing of the matches, especially at how high a level and how good both these players are at tracking down habits. Catching out the back air and missing the rinse repeat once again. Arsenal still seems to have pretty good coverage. Shokio just more consistent with his neutral wins. And I think that's a big problem with the rushdown aspect of, or I think the rushdown specialization from Fox. It's definitely something that needs to be more honed, and we see it from a lot of great players, is making sure that you can turn any neutral win into immediate kill. So I think once Arsenal's starts getting more... Oh, great bait. Tank and spank. Oh, getting caught out. Ooh, that shorten was god tier. Especially at the height and how close he was to the stage floor. That down smash surely would have connected. Oh yeah, making sure he can hold his place. That side B was exactly what he needed to... He practically threaded through the needle. Or threaded the needle. Threaded through the needle. Ooh. Trying to build up more percent, hold on to this lead. I appreciate the sentiment. Oh, and going for very risky options. I feel like this is definitely Shokio's confidence in line, making sure that he can hold and he can risk the fact to go for some of these nutty options just because of how good ZSS is at recovering. We saw that dive earlier, and after the miss, still being able to reach his own ground. A lot of struggle coming out from Arsenal's, and I don't know. This is definitely a match of war. It's a war. That's the statement I'm trying to say. I think if Arsenals is going to keep winning in these matches, it is going to revert back to PS2. Ooh. Yeah, and it's a lot of trades at this point. A very Peach-esque line of thinking when it comes to offensive gameplay, making sure that you can keep opting for trades and put Fox in a poor position just because some of his hitboxes aren't fairly disjointed. He's just really fast with some pretty good buttons. Going for the back air for the DI mix-up. Shokio being very ready. And Arsenal's with the reversal at 133. Up throw up air, missing it. And he's probably going to die off of it as well. Ooh, great. Crouch cancel, the light hit, not going to disorient Fox enough just to get him out of that crouch cancel position. Or I would have to call it a stance. Oh, once again, rushing down, putting Shokio into the corner. Seeing the roll, not going for a proper punish, but still trying to build up some form of percent. Holding it up and carrying. And he just grab armored an up smash. At a certain point, that is a moral solver. Yeah, and because the grab armor, that was exactly the reason why Shokio won that exchange, putting him at this even stock. Still rushing down, trying to catch with the Nair. He needs one more, and yeah, but mixing it up with the dive. It's too drastic and too burst heavy for Arsenals to immediately try and cover. Ooh, wave dash back, making sure that he can control all options. Shokio staying so consistent. Back air. Yep, Shokio's going to have to work a lot harder at this point, making sure that he can stay so suffocating when he puts pressure on the corner. He can, if he puts it in the right exchange, it's obviously doable, but because both these characters are so fast, it becomes very hard. He needs to make sure that he holds back a lot more on rushing forward, and he still stays forward and holds that wall. Now back and forth, 1-1. And this is exactly what we saw in Grand Final Set 2, going towards Final Destination. Arsenal's going to have a harder time with the platforms, I think, or with the lack thereof of platforms. I think it is definitely more, it provides clarity, or the stage provides clarity when you're holding center stage and you have your opponent on ledge. I think it's hard because in such a high-level aspect of this game, it starts getting fogged up. A lot of people acknowledge the overall punish game that FD provides compared to the positioning and the trading ability that it allows. And I think that's a big factor that will really evolve a lot of players to that next level. Something that Armada abuses, especially with a character like Peach, just because it's known for it. One of the reasons why this stage is such a great Luigi stage as well, in both Melee and PM, just because it allows for a lot of stationary positioning and allows for a lot of trades, just because FD is practically a vacuum of a stage. So that puts this that makes Shokio very consistent on this stage, but still helps out Fox just because he is so fast. With that DI forward and the chain grab, Shokio evolving to that next level in the Punish game. Arsenal said it earlier when we're commentating that Shokio not really one to opt for the chain grab. So with this match still in Justin's hands, great to hold space, realizing that if he took a little too much, he could opt for a backdash, just giving Shokio his own, and, you know, not staying too dangerous at that point. With his very stationary full hop nairs, that's exactly what he needs to do to create some form of threat without overextending and allowing Shokio to immediately get the kill. And that should be it. Arsenal's once again in the lead and still staying very stationary. Shokio rushing forward and onto the exchange, making sure that you can stay very consistent on the left and right side. Ooh. Realizing that there wasn't some form of tech. Yeah, rinse and repeat. Great grab from Shokio. Abusing that form of dash is the exactly the reversal that burst heavy characters can do. Fox can do it as well. I think characters like Marth, Roy, and ZSS probably some of the best though. Yeah, trying to get him in a really poor position with the shine, but this is a very gimpable position. Yeah, this is the situation that makes Arsenal sweat, but thank goodness he got out of it with that back air. Yeah, baiting out the grab. Arsenal's both seem to be taking a break, if not a short one. Going towards their next stage, Shokio may go towards Final Destination again, may go to Dreamland.
3, 2, 1, go!
It looks like Tourney Locator is rooting for whoever has the set lead, if you will. Oh. And with that percent lead, that's not it. But one more will definitely take the stock. Ooh, that was a great creative wall jump. Putting Shokio in such a poor, awkward situation. Getting that stock lead. Arsenal's with his eyes on the prize. I love that beat, or the turnaround laser into falling drill. Changes the momentum and puts a very high vertical neutral interaction that Shokio needs to start regarding. Making sure that he goes for the wave dash back just to cover any form of roll in. Shokio once again trying to stay ever so strong in these situations, even off of a grab. Final Destination definitely is home when it comes to tech chase punishes. Yeah, with the laser, very poor nair and no form of up smash coming out from Arsenal's. Ooh. With the up tilts and the carry. Great punish. But forward smash not going to do it. Trying to option coverage with the back air. Yep. Great catch with the laser. For those who need to try and go that extra mile, you can either predict the positioning with the laser or immediately, or you can predict it in two ways. Either hit him with the laser or immediately use that aerial drift. Great B reverse, or sorry, not B reverse. Ooh, with the pivot and just trying to disorient Shokio at this point. Being at low percent means that the punishes can go very one-sided just because there are more defensive options at hand with things like crouch cancel. and disorients with like cross-up back airs or even just like jabs. Oh, misevaluating the up smash that could have possibly taken the stock. And still raising him up ever so slightly. Great nair. Oh, but missing the rinse repeat. This is the volatility that Shokio needed. Yeah, Arsenal's not liking the odds. And that one missed up smash was what probably called it. Being put at 4% is practically nothing. And the arms and the win.
This game's winner is...
And I can't believe it ended with an SD. But all right, Arsenal's won his Infinity and Beyond 205. I think we would all like to go home, but are we gonna you want me to make a low tier city announcement? Looks like we're going for it. All right, for those who would like to go to the next big PM tournament other than even bigger bulk, please go to Low Tier City 6. It's going to be July 27th to the 29th in Irving, Texas. We are teaming up with Kumite in Texas to bring you more games than just the regular 4 Smash games that you see above on your screen. If you would like to register, please go to smash.gg/LTC6 for Smash 64, Melee, Project M, and Smash 4. Also, if you would like to go, we have Kumite in Texas, which is the premier FGC event, teaming up with Low Tier City 6 and Let's Play Gaming Expo. We have over 12 fighting games that you can enter from classics that we've seen in previous years, from Ultra Street Fighter 4 to Marvel vs. Capcom 3, including Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, DBFZ, Blaze Blue Cross Tag, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, Tekken, multiple games, and that's not all. If you would like to register for that, it takes you to the same page. Please go to smash.gg/KITX or smash.gg/LTC6. Alrighty, so I think that is all the announcements for now. Am I correct, Em?